What's up guys, Greg here from Carid.com and welcome back to the shop. And in today's video, I have myself surrounded by all sorts of different automotive repair parts. Because as much as we love modifying and customizing cars and trucks, it's also important to keep them running problem-free. So in this video, I wanted to showcase a line of repair parts from one of the best brands in the automotive aftermarket, Dorman. But before we dive right into the insane amount of different repair parts that I have with me today, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the team over at Dorman. And needless to say, their resume is quite impressive. Now, Dorman has been in business since 1918, which is incredible because at that point in time, the automobile as we know it was still evolving. But since then, Dorman has stuck to their core values. Now, they understand that for most of us, your car is going to be the second largest expense that you own. So they made it their sole mission to design and manufacture high-quality automotive repair parts at a price that anyone can afford. But before we go any further, there are two major points that I do want to make about Dorman's line of parts. Now first, many of these parts are labeled with Dorman's trademark phrase, OLES Solutions. Now that's going to tell you that Dorman has gone out of its way to engineer and manufacture parts that you might think are only available at dealerships, when in fact, Dorman has them in the aftermarket at prices more favorable than what you'd pay at the dealer. Second, Dorman has an innovative process they use called OE Fix. Now this is any Dorman engineered part that either corrects a known failure in an OE part, allows quicker installation, or just allows the failed component to be replaced instead of the entire assembly. Now the great news for you is you get a better part that's easier to install that costs less money. That's what I call a win-win. So now that you know a little bit more about the team over at Dorman, let's go ahead and get right into some of the replacement parts that they have to offer. And let me just say, it is a long list, which is a good thing. Now, Dorman offers just about everything that you could possibly need for your vehicle when it comes to an OE repair part. They literally offer parts for every single system on your car. The variety is so extensive that there is no way that I can touch on every single category. So instead, I'm just going to touch on only a few today just to give all of you an overall idea of what they offer. Now let's kick things off with electrical repair parts. This is probably the largest category in Dorman's catalog, and in my opinion, this is one of the reasons that they're so well known. Their electrical repair parts inventory is extensive to say the least. They offer anything from multifunction steering column switches to full window switch panels, various relays, and even the control modules that your vehicle needs to run flawlessly. Dorman also offers a slew of remanufactured parts like electronic gauge clusters, dashboard information display units, and even full remanufactured hybrid batteries. But guys, Dorman's electrical repair parts catalog is just one product line that they offer. This team also has a full line of replacement suspension components as well. They offer specialty parts like this air shock that I have with me today, which is incredibly common on a slew of different GM vehicles, and even full replacement coil springs for those of you suffering from a rusted out broken spring. And the list goes on to a full line of quality driveline and transmission parts. Maybe your drive shaft's busted beyond repair, well, Dorman can help you with a replacement. Or you're rebuilding the differential in your car and maybe you want to upgrade to a taller or shorter set of gears, well, Dorman also has a full line of ring and pinion sets. Guys, it gets so specific that they even have the identical shifter that goes on the inside of your car and a replacement clutch master cylinder also. But what about the heart of the vehicle, its engine? Well, Dorman can help you there also. They offer all sorts of engine parts, anything from the basics like this engine oil pan or throttle body assembly, to ancillary system parts like this exhaust manifold, coolant tank reservoir, fuel pump, and even turbocharger cartridges. Guys, Dorman even offers a full line of emissions repair parts and even full headlight and taillight assemblies. But enough about the selection. What I really love about every single line of parts that Dorman has to offer is the quality and price. Now, like I mentioned at the start of this video, Dorman is immersed in the repair industry. They know all the common problems and faults of specific manufacturer parts. And the fact that they take the time to engineer their parts to not only correct those issues, but also to outlast the OEM parts just speaks volumes to me. But the price point on these pieces is also incredibly impressive. You're essentially buying a part that's engineered to an equal or greater quality level than your factory OE parts for loads less than the dealer. So to me, it really doesn't make any sense to even bother with the manufacturer. Well everyone, that's going to wrap up my review today of Dorman's extensive line of OE repair parts. So if your vehicle is in need of a little TLC or you're searching for an alternative to buying parts at the dealer, head over to Carid.com right now, enter in your vehicle's year, make, and model, and find out if Dorman will have the right repair part for your car. And as always, I'm Greg from Carid.com, and I will see you guys next time.